Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead, and today I'm making instant just add water pancake mix. Now here's basically what you need. You need baking powder, flour, and non-fat powdered milk. But I'm going to rich it up because I have powdered eggs and powdered buttermilk. Now, because I'm adding powdered eggs, this is going to have to stay in the refrigerator, and I'm using my old popcorn tub for my pancake mix to put in the fridge. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to do 4.5 cups of flour, but I want to sift my other dry ingredients. So I'm going to start with 1 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of egg powder. That wasn't quite a 1/4 cup. And we'll sift in 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I was pretty generous with those. I'm sifting this in bits just to make sure everything works right. Like everything goes through and is mixed well. So we're done with the egg powder and the baking powder. Now we're going to do cup of flour and my last cup, or 3/4 of a cup, of buttermilk powder. This is riching it up. You don't need buttermilk powder. You can do skim milk powder, but I like to sift everything together. That's 2 cups, and there's still some buttermilk powder in the bottom there. So here's cup number 3. We're going to add in a cup of skim milk powder. Really, all you need is powdered milk, baking powder, and flour. But it's not as good. You know, you would want to add an egg to that. Okay, so we have 1.5 more cups of flour because it's 4.5 cups. Oh, you know what? I think I have between the buttermilk and the powder milk, I'm going to add, so this is going to be 5.5 cups of flour. For every cup of flour, you put 1 teaspoon of baking powder, pretty much enough. I don't need to add any more egg powder for the simple reason is it doesn't even call for it in the recipe. All right. Now we're just going to make sure this is all well mixed. I mean, even though we sifted it together in sections, didn't we? We just have to add a little bit of salt. And I mean just a little bit. Now, like I said, if you're using egg powder, store this in the refrigerator just to be safe. Now let's see. I'm going to write right on this old label, instant pancake mix. And this way, when I run out of eggs, Howie can still have a hot breakfast. So let's measure how much we got here. 1, 2, 7. Okay, so I have 8 cups of homemade instant pancake mix. Now I'm going to make another partial recipe so that I can fill this up. Now, if you want a large recipe like the one I just made, it's 9 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of non-fat powdered milk. You can add 2/3 of a cup of sugar. I leave it out. 4 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, which I left out, and a teaspoon of salt. I don't need to put baking soda in. We got enough baking powder in there. And there is your instant pancake mix. There is my instant pancake mix. This is going in the fridge because I do have egg powder in it and I'm not sure about the storage of that. But this goes in the fridge, and when I want to make Howie pancakes before he goes to work, I just take a cup of this out and add enough water to make it the consistency I want. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, instant pancake powder. Just add water. It simplifies my life when I'm making breakfast at 5 o'clock in the morning. Mwah! Take care, God bless. And I bet you most of you have the ingredients for this right in your pantry.